All right. Today we're going to be talking about the OCD, OEC, O, OECD. It's the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. They've got 38 member countries working together to make the world a better place. Think of them as the Power Rangers of economics, except instead of fighting big monsters, they battle real monsters like tax evasion and even climate change. And yes, it's spelled organization with an S, because apparently Britain was feeling kinda cute today and decided to spell it wrong. The OECD includes many European countries like the UK and France. But it's not just a European club. Members are from all over, like the US, Canada, Germany, Japan, Mexico, South Korea, Chile, and even Costa Rica are all a part of the OECD. Oh, and these guys? They're more like key partners. They get to hang out but don't get the proper membership privileges, meaning they're kind of just there to hang out, but no one really cares about them that much, kind of like that guy. Key partners like Brazil, China, India, Indonesia, and South Africa can join the discussions, but they don't get the vote or anything. It's kind of like being invited to a pizza party but only getting the leftover crust. Now it's time for the fun part. The OECD was born in 1961 as a The OECD was born in 1961 as a glow up from its older brother, the OEE. God, you and your brother have terrible names. Anyway, the OEEC. Back then, it helped Europe rebuild after the World War II with Marshall Plan funds. Europe then got back on its feet, and the OEEC realized it needed a makeover. So, in 1961, the OECD was born, bringing in the US and Canada as full members and ultimately growing beyond Europe to tackle global economic issues like growth, trade, and even helping less developed countries. Oh, and fun fact, they suspended Russia and Belarus after the Ukraine invasion. So yeah, they don't mess around. Here is a historical reenactment. So, you come here often? I can breathe. Our hero, their mission, to save the world. Economically. They fight to sustain growth, create jobs, and improve living standards. Basically, they're like Batman, but instead of being cool, smart, and rich, they fight with the worst weapon of all, spreadsheets. They set evidence-based global standards on things like climate change and tax evasion and provide stable grounds for countries to share best practices. So if one country figures out how to fix traffic jams, everyone else can simply copy their homework. Canada's been a part of the OECD since day one, ever since 1961. We're not just a member, we're a full-on star player. Canadian chair committees contribute to 3.6% of their budget, 7th highest out of all the other countries. Plus, we have our very own permanent delegation in Paris, making sure our voices are heard and our maple syrup is respected. We help mold policies on everything from economic growth to social development, and we're always willing to lend a hand or a hockey stick. They be doing way too much. They set high-quality global standards that stabilize economies. Their data-driven process helps countries tackle big issues. They encourage collaboration so countries can develop innovative solutions together. And by publishing annual elevations and rankings, they keep governments transparent and accountable, almost like a report card. You know, for governmental officials. But you see, sadly, not everybody's cheering for the OECD. Critics say it's too focused on rich countries and neoliberal policies that don't function for everyone. Plus, their decision making can be slower than how long it takes some of you to get to class. First up, trade fragmentation. Imagine it's lunch and you try to trade a cosmic brownie for a Kit Kat, and then someone smacked it out of your hand and said you can't do that because they changed limitations or even blocked your trade in general. That's what happens when countries get all protectionist, imposing tariff sanctions, or just plain trade wars. And I mean, it would probably be very stupid if some guy imposed tariffs on, like, I don't know, all neighboring and manufacturing countries that result in a massive cost increase for goods that come from outside of the country in an already falling apart economy. Anyway, to solve this, the OECD should strengthen cooperation through the World Trade Organization, or the WTO for short. Think of it as the referee for global trade. And they're promoting something called friendshoring, which means making supply chains with your economic BFFs. Because as we all know, the power of friendship can fix anything. Or at least make your supply chain less likely to leave you on red during a crisis. Now, next we have the supply chain vulnerabilities. Now, here's the problem. A lot of countries rely on a few places for super important stuff like semiconductors or rare earth materials like, lithium. If one country sneezes, everyone else catches a cold, and then suddenly your new phone is delayed until next ice age and now costs a fortune. Now, to fix this, the OECD says countries should incentivize more local production. Think subsidies and tax credits. And by developing regional trade deals, countries can diversify where they get their stuff, so they're not just left dangling if one supplier bails. And finally, my personal favorite, economic coercion. In all seriousness, some countries use their financial power to bully others, inflicting exports bans and excessive tariffs. It's kind of like, playing Monopoly, but one player keeps adjusting the rules and robbing everybody else's hotels. Now, the fix for this is the OECD suggests developing early warning systems to spot geopolitical risks before they end up destroying your trade routes. Plus, they want to support the WTO enforcement to keep things fair, because nobody really likes a trade bully. Especially him. And there you have it, folks. The OECD. It's not perfect. It's just trying to make our world fairer and more sustainable. And hey, you could be part of that change by supporting policies that promote cooperation over competition. All right, get lost.